change this up just a little bit so I have wet hair. So this way it's not like, is this, whatever, I don't know, I get lots of stupid, when you ride a gray, the only gray elephant on the planet, it is amazing with the amount of, from the Boy Scouts. Alright, so now, I wrote something earlier, it's called, it's to my mid-size SUV, since mid is the I guess division, you could say, because division is the I and the I on either side, like I on either side of the division, and then you've got V, which is what I am in the center. I'm trying to explain for Scion. So this would be upper echelon, and I'm talking about my catapult ability with Neptune, which is SWELLED, the golf ball dot plus the bat. You've got Boy Scouts down below. Now here's what happened. I'm riding what we call gray elephant because it's just easy for land people to understand these things. If, you know, whatever. It's a gigantic, we're a tree. I'm in a tree. Either a tree or an elephant, doesn't matter. Standing still either way. And, but it's taller than where most people wake up every day. This particular elephant and tree you can't get into. I'm up there, and whatever's in the canopy you just can't see. Down on the ground, they rely on the one in the tree in order to speak to them. I'm going to say that the people, the people in close diameter to the tree or the elephant are the upper echelon. Now, upper in mind is normally a directional that needs to cease, because upper just means I'm up and I'm giving the per person on the ground force the information, so this way then they are well informed and then they make the decision to go out for safety. Now, we have the word asshole. Before you get all crazy, because I don't know who taught you English, it is the A is the, what we call the coming together. It's like here's the I, and here's the I. Yeah, like the namaste. Great. So the A is like it's slightly apart because there's like a little misunderstanding, or it's starting to separate and we have a security problem. Yeah. So then we put the line in the middle, the suture, so it doesn't get any worse, and we can bring it back together. The SS is like either social services, it's security, whatever. I mean, big whatever you want for SS. But from star like board special, that's bringing it back together. And there's a hole in the HOLE. I mean, the H is, if the A didn't have the peak, the apex together, it would become an H automatically. It's just how you pull it apart and it becomes an H. Now you sever the cut in the middle and now it's two different pieces, and that's a problem. So especially when it is when we're talking like neural network and your ability to cognitively understand and connect, and the breathing apparatus in the make-believe elephant science project that keeps humans healthy without disease and working and functioning properly without having to get too, like, there's always a bigger fish. You're like a minnow. You always think you're like the size of a great white colossal, like megalith, right? And then all of a sudden you look over and you're like, uh-oh, like you understand? But you didn't know that until you saw it, right? Great. So there's some things we can never show you. So just go under the assumption that no matter how big you get, there might be something you don't know. Just on an off chance. So now the this is the other thing. So asshole when I say asshole, it's just in a spracha, like cut it right out. Like it's just, that's an asshole. Like it is a problem, it's a breach in security, it's starting to rip and tear, and it's something that has to be addressed right away. Not necessarily a person, it is a function somewhere within the large schematic. Then you have, I reference tomato eggplant. Okay, I know we are not talking skin color, so stop. When you are somebody out to sea, or you stand at the beach, and you look out at the clouds, and there's a storm coming, and if you're a painter, you can see like an eggplant color, and you're like, oh, like that's gonna have static charge. Like, I mean, again, it depends on your level of science, like ionic, like it's gonna be like, there's gonna be lightning, and there might even be booming thunder. Like, that's holding a lot of like power in that one cloud. That's what I call eggplant. It has to do with your inner like brewing storm. Like in Polish they call it Burza. Like just right. Like I find it the most admirable trait in a male with testosterone. I don't find it. I don't appreciate it in women. Never have. But in men, I'm just like, wow, that is like a really sexy feature that you have, that you're able to hold that staunch like storm and then when it's time, whoa, right? But that's how you get things done. That's what we call testosterone anyway, but whatever. So now I would be the tomato in that sense. Like if a tomato comes to an eggplant and his upset, and I don't want to neutralize, because I like the color eggplant you are, and I totally agree. However, if I climb out of the big elephant and I come down and have a tomato eggplant conversation, it's not because I'm reprimanding you, I'm just making you aware of a slightly different situation. Hold on to that anger, it just needs to be pushed in the other direction. Got it? Great. So now here's the thing. We had a security asshole, where in upper echelon, like mid-size SUV, where I and my lass and the lad are speaking directly to whoever we include in that top layer of lipid like conversation that we can trust. We said, okay, now here's the thing. Anything like mechanical thought and anything that's speedy is a danger for humanity. Just is. So that's the main line of pinnacle and apex and ceiling. We do not want to breach that in any possibility with any of the humans. I have a cat we call catadata catapult, where he literally can take his wife and like a bolt of lightning throw her with a harness, safety harness on, overboard, like towards whatever, and then he can pull her back up and then take her back in and we can have a conversation about it. Right? Okay, great. So like that's how I got wherever I got and came back, and then we were able to talk about things before they happen, so this way they don't happen the way that I was like, oh, it's a problem. So there was this thing where in upper echelon, they had conceptually the understanding of a golf-sized ball about this big. That's a golf ball. The dot, right? Golf ball dot. So you don't think it's the game with clubs. So they were made aware of this much, of the dark arts science that to look out for, and that if they see any of this progressing, to please make us at Grey Elephant aware. Just because we have multiple area managers and we need to make sure that everybody is staying congruent, so not one gets out of alignment, because then it makes management's job a lot more difficult. So now below upper echelon of like the trained and the eggplant that the tomato talks to and really loves and appreciates and would never disrespect, then there's the Boy Scout League. Right, they like to collect things. They like to have competition things. Again, it's a boy thing. I get it. But I have 4 boys myself. But here's the problem. We tell upper echelon, mid-size SUV, the golf-size dot, never gets below to Boy Scout level. And we try to hold all that eggplant storming Norman madness above board, where nobody can see you acting a fool and getting all mad and whatever. That's the elephant going between in her tomato way of neutralizing or redirecting the eggplant. Then we've got below with the Boy Scouts. Now here's what happened. The Boy Scouts somehow heard the argument above board and they were like, ooh. And then they said, you know what? Why don't we just take the ball? We'll study it. Look at that. Oh my God. And then they were like, come here, come here, come here. Look at this. And because of the jobs of the Boy Scouts, they traveled by boat and gained more momentum. Now they're on land in a field with the little ball, and someone comes up with the idea and says, oh, let's make it bigger so we can all see it in a big crowd and we can all run after the same ball. And we'll make it a competition game. So they made a kickball size. Originally in Catapult, it was golf size and it was a bat. A round one, we make it very difficult. It's like if you're going to, like I want you to try to hit a golf ball with a bat, because down in Boy Scouts, they have to use like a navel orange and a bat, and then they flatten the bat because they make everything so much easier, so they don't have to train as hard. And we call that cricket. Oh my God. Right, so now, in insulting everything below board, because I'm really mad at the Boy Scouts, right, and I am holding the admirals with their eggplant temper that all the Boy Scouts are very frightened of. And should be. Right, I don't neutralize what they got go. They know. And I'm ready to release them but they need to know the right direction to, like shoot to kill. Yeah, that's the one. Okay, so now all the Boy Scouts, they not only, I mean, we saw this when they took the golf ball and the bat and said, this is too difficult. I can't do this. Eye and hand coordination's not working. Yes, sweetheart, that's because you're not built for the eye-hand field. It's okay. We have other things for you. But somewhere in the Boy Scouts, they're like, no, that's not okay. We have to flatten the bat so my son can hit and the same navel orange. And you know what? Let's increase it to a navel orange size, like, because let's just make everything so my son can play too. But here's the thing, your son is now diluting the, importance of the men and the boys that can and were built eye-hand to hit a golf size, and they like the fact that they're the only ones that can do it. It's camaraderie and fraternity. And you're flattening the bat and increasing the size of the ball now makes it like they're not as important, and that hurts fraternity, and that hurts like a lot of other things that, I'm not getting into like whatever with you. Right, okay, so we're not flattening the bat. We're not increasing the golf to a navel orange size. We're not increasing in the Boy Scout community and promoting everybody. And you know what the son of a bitch inside the Boy Scout said? He said, you know what? You're a motherfucker. He says, I'm not listening to you, elephant rider. He said, who do you think you are? He says, in fact, I'm going to take the navel orange. I'm going to increase it to the diameter of a kickball. You also have basketball and soccer ball, another kick sport. And that's the size. And he says, this way, the flat bat or the round bat children can hit the ball every time without, and we'll even put a stick to hold it. So it makes it really painful when they miss. Okay, so now that's the kind of human I woke up to. I know. Up in, the storm in Norman of like eggplant cloud of like upper echelon where like you listen, you see the security problem, you're like, nope, I'm good, I'm not doing it. Like we got it up here. Yeah, I know, you're my special, my train. Like I gotta, you don't exist to everything Boy Scout level. They're like, you have what? You have reliable people? Yeah, well, I thought but I'm afraid to let reliable people out in this breakout of stupidity down below. I swear to God, I have to, like, I only have so many eggplants up top that listen to a tomato. I really can't handle this level because it is so viral in the neural net. And, like, this is thought process. This is now women are treating men like they are pieces of shit, which I absolutely hate. I have 4 boys. I'm a mom. Now, I treat the stupidity around me like shit because that's what they are, the 2 rapes that raped me. But again, this is what I was delivered to, so don't lose yourself in trying to conceptually, but she, I'm a goddess. I ride a large gray elephant. It's been confirmed. You, on the other hand, were just a seasonal worker, and I didn't want you to be seen by an eggplant because I don't think you'd be able to handle it, and we're trying to handle everything in between. So I don't know whether you need to go back to sleep or if the sleep they gave you is too much in valerian root. Like, I'm on the fence with this one. So now I don't quite know how to handle if my eggplant Burza like, stupid eggplant. Yes, that's exactly how your tomato feels. I just have a problem because my suggestion with the lad before we were born was, listen, okay, I wrote it down so this way I would have verbatim what we said. I said, when the Boy Scouts down below did not listen to the admirable echelon, they increased the size of the golf ball dot to a sigma kickball. I said, and invited League to learn. I said, solution that we gave from the elephant to upper echelon was remove the kickball and replace it back with a dot golf ball. Because when they're running in a field of grass, the kickball, the size of it's too easy to see. Put them back down a golf size so they all have to sit there and go, wait a minute. Like, there's now like 100 of us and the golf ball's only this big and we're all looking to pick up the one golf ball. It makes it a bit more of a challenge. It slows them down, and then they're not able to run in every direction dangerously with the balls that they increased, but we told them they were not permitted to. That slows everything down, which is like that rotation of a triangle wheel on the front of like a vessel or a vehicle on land. Or like, yeah, okay, here's what we got, Smarty Pants. We are giving you, like, if you're getting like funny about like, I mean, I literally had shitbag humans, like the ones I really fucking want to just ask Eggplant to take one of those magic bullets and that funny thing that they love to use, right, to kill stupid, right, okay, I had one of the humans get on the floor and tuck and roll, and they're like, but see, that's a motion I can do. Can I do that on land? I'm like, now, you mean, can you roll on land? Because you're on some kind of, land is ground. So you just rolled on ground by yourself in your human vessel. What exactly are you asking me? Are you asking me more than that? Right, see, and then that's where they came into the developing of a vessel outside of their body, machina vessel, in order to roll. See, this is where you shitbags take a golf ball dot, where I'm okay with having a conversation, and then you think you get smart. What you do is you get really fucking stupid and dangerous, and you become an asshole. Because now we have all of these vessels that your body machina gets into that shoots out burning corn, ethanol, toxic fumes, and the rest of us have to inhale these fumes and breathe it since you have one breathing apparatus that's already broken by other crazy nuts, And you're just increasing the production because I have some guy in a glass tower that's like, no, I like vitrification, it's done me well, and I've got life estate. No, you don't actually. I'm popping venipuncture in all of these projects that we told you is dangerous for multiple syllabus, the multiple land project. I can't have one vitrification encouraging life estates elsewhere with magical ropes that then are like zip lines that don't work for the main function of keeping humans healthy. We built one tower, and then we have one set of zip lines with one set of admirable eggplants that we talk to at the top of the tower, get them all right in the right way, and team leaders, and then we ask them to zip line over to wherever landmass they are for ground force and to lead. That's how it works. What I don't need is the tower of glass that was built telling Eggplant and telling the elephant rider in the gray elephant, the one boy, one girl riding the elephant. Great. That's actually, it's lad and lass, because I don't want Boy Scouts to get weird with the rolling on the ground and then coming up with toxic fume machines that somehow the glass tower allowed, even though we told them at the top of the tower. I'm telling you right now, you're in breach of contract. You already breached the contract. And then here we are. I'm now locked in a non-life estate prison of I have no money, I have no opportunity, I have no way out, and they've trapped me in the state of New York as an MIA with no access to anything. And I still ride the gray elephant. I'm just trapped underneath all of your trampling the entire Fidelis and increasing the wall size to like ridiculous. And it's non-conformity at this point.